morning, welcome back to the channel Awesome Learning. The next topic that we are going to start is megasporogenesis. Megasporogenesis is the process of formation of megaspores from megaspore mother cells or MMC. So we will study here how the megaspores are formed from the megaspore mother cell MMC, which are diploid. Now, ovules generally differentiate a single MMC. Now, generally there is, and that too in the micropylar region of the nucellus. So, I hope this, if you remember, this is the nucellus and this is the embryo sac. So, generally, single MMC is found here at the micropylar end. Okay, so a single MMC, you see, this is the megaspore mother cell, and a single megaspore mother cell is formed, and that too towards the micropylar end. This is the micropylar end. These are the nucleus. These cells are the nucellus cells all around, and in between there is a single megaspore mother cell. Okay, towards the micropylar. It is a large, you can see it is quite large, containing dense cytoplasm and a very good prominent nucleus, as you see in the diagram. And now this MMC, this cell, this megaspore mother cell will undergo meiosis. And you all know that meiosis is a division, reductional division. So it will give rise to 4 haploid megaspores. So one MMC or one megaspore mother cell which was diploid will undergo meiosis and will give rise to 4 megaspores, and all the 4 megaspores are haploid. So you see, this is megaspore mother cell, and this megaspore mother cell will first form megaspore dyad. Why dyad? Because meiosis 1 has taken place. So when meiosis 1 is complete, we get 2 cells, dyad. Okay, and they will also be haploid, right? Then after meiosis 2 is over, we get 4 cells, that is tetrad, megaspore tetrad, and all of them will be haploid. So I hope this is clear to all of you. Now let's see what will happen to these 4 cells of megaspore. You see, children, these are the megaspore tetrads. Now in majority of flowering plants, 1 megaspore is functional and the other 3 will degenerate. So out of these 4 megaspores, only 1 will be functional and other 3 will get degenerated. As you see here, 1 is functional and the 3 of them got degenerated. So this is how you see, this is the chalagial end, these are the integuments, this is the micropylar end, and the 4 tetrads have been formed. Now out of these 4 tetrad, 1 will be functional and other 3 will get degenerated. So the embryo sac formation from a single megaspore. So you see, single megaspore has been formed, and this megaspore will now give rise to the embryo sac. So this type of development where single megaspore will give rise to embryo sac is called monosporic development. So you should know these terms, monosporic development, right? Now let's see what happens next here. As you see, children, the nucleus of functional megaspore. Now there is only one megaspore, and that one single megaspore will have one nucleus. So the nucleus of functional megaspore will now undergo mitotic divisions. So it will divide mitotically to form, see, 2 nuclei. There is only one single megaspore, but the nucleus has divided into 2. So 2 nuclei, and these 2 nuclei will move to the opposite poles. You see, one is towards the one pole and the other one moves to the other pole, and 2 nucleate embryo sac is formed. Now this embryo sac is having 2 nucleus, right? Next, the nuclei will again divide 2 times. So the first time this will divide, so there will be 2 nucleus at each pole, you see, and then again the nuclear mitotic division will take place and 4 nuclei on each pole. So 3 mitotic divisions are taking place. First is here, when one single nucleus gets divided into 2, then 4 nuclear stage and 2 nucleus move towards the opposite poles. Then 4 nuclei at each pole. So this is the 2 stage, then 4 stage, then 8 nuclei stage of the embryo sac. Now what happens, you see the nuclei again divides to form 4 nucleate and then 8 nucleate stage in the embryo sac. These divisions are free nuclear. Now children, you have to mark my words and you have to try to understand what does it mean. Free nuclear means that is nuclear divisions are taking place but they are not followed by the formation of cell wall. Generally what happens, generally the case is when the nucleus divides, the cytoplasm also starts dividing and a cell wall is formed around each nucleus. But here the division is free nuclear. That means the nucleus is dividing but those nuclei are not followed by the cell wall formations. Right? So there are there is only one cell. There is only one cell, but the nucleus present are 8. Inside that one cell, there are 8 nuclei. I hope I have cleared my point here. Again, I am repeating that generally what happens, that karyokinesis, that is the cell division, the nucleus divides. Karyokinesis means the nucleus is getting divided, and after karyokinesis, cytokinesis also take place. That means the cytoplasm will also divide by forming the cell wall around each nuclei. But this is not done here, right? So only free nuclear divisions are taking place. So what is the result that we are getting? The cell is single, there is only one cell, but it is having 8 nuclei, right? So no cell wall formation has taken place yet. Now children, you see here, after the 8 nuclei stage, now the cell walls are laid. When the 8 nuclei stage is achieved, now the cell walls will be formed and leading to the organization of a typical gametophyte. Now see, there are how many cells? 4 were at one pole and 4 were at the other pole. Now what happened? The situation is 3 cells at one end will form antipodal cells, 3 cells at the micropylar end, and 2 of the nuclei will move towards the center. Again I am repeating, out of 8 nuclei, 3 cells towards the micropylar end will form the cell wall, and they will now form a complete cell. 3 of them will be towards the chalagial end. Okay, 3 at the micropylar end, 3 at the chalagial end, and 2 nuclei. So 3 here and 3 here. So 6 nuclei are already converted into cells now. So we are left with 2 nuclei. These 2 nuclei will move towards the center. So children, here how many cells are we getting? 3 cells at the micropylar end. You see 3 cells, 1, 2, 3 at the micropylar end, 3 at the chalagial end, and 1 cell in the center. Right? So how many cells? 7 cells. Total number of cells formed are 7. But how many nuclei? You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the stage when an embryo sac is mature. It is having 7 cells but 8 nuclear stage. Remember this, when the embryo sac is mature, it is having 7 cells but there are 8 nuclei. So you see, towards the chalagial end, the cells named are antipodal cells. Towards the micropylar end, 2 cells are synergids and 1 is the egg cell. You see, one is the egg cell, and the central cell is the center one is called the central cell, which is having two polar nuclei. So the center cell is called the central cell, and this central cell is having two polar nuclei. So all in all there are 7 cells, but they have 8 nuclei. Altogether they have 8 nuclei. So let me show you here. A typical mature embryo sac is 8 nucleate and 7 celled. 3 cells are grouped at the micropylar end and they form the egg apparatus. It consists of 2 synergids. You see, these are the 2 synergids and 1 egg cell. Synergids help the cellular thickenings at the micropylar tip called filiform apparatus. It helps to guide the pollen tube into the synergids. Now, there is a part you see here which is called filiform apparatus. Children, this filiform apparatus is a guide. Please try to understand and listen to me carefully. This filiform apparatus is just like a guide, and it will help the pollen tube to come and enter. It will guide the pollen tube to enter the egg cell. You see, whenever you want to connect a pipe to a tap, whenever you want to connect a long pipe to a tap, you always need a connector. That connector helps you to connect the pipe with the tap. Similarly, the filiform apparatus is a connector which helps the pollen tube to enter through this micropylar end, and it will help it to enter the egg cell. So this is what is filiform apparatus. It helps to guide the pollen tube into the synergids. Now 3 cells at the chalagial end. 3 cells at the chalagial end are called antipodal cells, and the large central cell. This is the large central cell. It has 2 polar nuclei. As you see, this is the structure of well-developed mature female gametophyte. Now let me show you all the overall steps through this chart. You can see this is chalagial end, this is the micropylar end, and meiotic tetrad has taken place. So we are getting 4 megaspores. Out of these 4 megaspores, 1 will be functional, 3 will get degenerated. Now this 1 functional megaspore will undergo mitotic division to form 2 nuclei which will move towards the opposite poles. Then again, next mitotic division will give rise to 4 nuclei, and the third mitotic division will give rise to 8 nuclei stage. You see here. Now this 8 nuclei stage, out of these 8 nucleus, 2 of them will come and settle in the center, which will be polar nuclei, and the central cell will be formed, and towards the chalagial end will be 3 antipodal cells, and towards the micropylar end will be the egg apparatus. Now the egg apparatus again has 2 synergids and 1 egg cell. So this was an overall brief about the structure of female gametophyte.